Hi, in today's video, I will explain to you how to request signatures via Doxit. Now, to request a signature via Doxit, you have to upload the document to your document workspace first. Now, I've uploaded an affidavit for training purposes. Please keep in mind that you can upload multiple documents and request signatures on multiple files. Now, requesting a signature via Doxit, this can be to a Doxit user or a non-Doxit user, meaning the person doesn't necessarily have to be registered on Doxit in order to sign the document via Doxit. So the first thing that you do is you select the documents that you would like to send by clicking this little white box. And once you selected the document, it will give you a blue checkmark. Once you've selected all of your documents, you can go to Request Signatures. This will open up the sent dialog for you. So if you're sending this to a Doxit user, you can just type in their name where it says recipient by name, role, organization, etc. So I'm typing in a Doxit user, his name will appear, and I select it. If you're sending this to a non-Doxit user, you can also start by typing in their name, and it will give you 3 blocks to fill in. It will say recipient name and surname, cell phone number, which is optional, and then the email address, which is not optional. So if you include the cell phone number, this will add a bit of security onto the document, but it's not necessary. The email address is a must. You have to include the email address because the user will receive an email notification where they're going to sign the document. So they're not going to be registered on Doxit. You're just sending it via Doxit, so they will get a notification. Okay, so now that we added the user, you can put it in a subject to the envelope. So I'm going to put this subject as affidavit to be signed. Next to the document, you have multiple stuff that you can do: sign, approve, or vote. Because we requested signatures, the sign option is already filled in for us. Then it's going to ask who needs to sign this document. So if you yourself, as the sender, also need to sign the specific document, you include yourself. If you do not need to sign this document, you can leave yourself as unchecked. Then it automatically selected the recipient. Walter needs to sign this document. He needs to sign this document before the 21st of October, 5 o'clock. So this is the deadline. You can always change the deadline to fit to your preferences. Once the deadline is over, let's say Walter didn't sign it before 21 October. This is going to lock the document, so he can't sign it after the deadline. If he wants to sign it after the deadline, you have to open up the document again to be signed. So let's leave the deadline as is. Then, how would you like this recipient to sign the document? Would you like to prep it, meaning where I specify? Or would you like the recipient to sign anywhere? So let's say I'm going to prep this document. So I click where I specify, and I click on specify signature positions. As soon as I click on this, this will open up the document for me. And on my left-hand side, it will say Walter Bum-Smith, and I need to prep this document for him now. So I'm going to click on the little plus sign, and it will give me all of the options. So let's say I need to place his signature down. He needs to place it down. So I click on his signature, and I click again to place it down. Then I make it a bit smaller. So this will prompt that when Walter signs this document, he can see, okay, he needs to place his signature down here. And he can only place his signature down where you specified it. Now, signed at, let's put in some required fields. So require fillable text. This means that he needs to type in something here before he can actually submit it. This is required. And then you can put the signing date as well. Signing date. So if Walter signs this on 21st of October, it will put in the correct date when he signed it. So you can prep the whole document. Once you've done prepping the document, you can say save, and it will save the positions. And once we send it, Walter will know where he needs to sign. Or you can specify anywhere sign. If you want the user to sign anywhere on this document, you can just click on Anywhere Sign, and this will say the signing option will allow the recipient to sign anywhere on the document. It also allows him to add text boxes and make other additions. So just keep in mind, whichever option you use, the Where I Specify option is a bit more in your control, and the Anywhere option is they can do anything to the document, fill it in, sign it, etc. So it all depends on what your requirements are and what option you choose. For now, we're going to go with the Where I Specify. Then you have three options. If you want to enable in-sequence signing, you can check it. If you want to notify the recipients once all signatories have signed, you can check it, as well as if you want to add a QR code. These are optional ticks, so you don't have to do it. Then you can go to your note. So your note is where you type in the information that you want the person to know. So I say, hey, Walter, please see attached document to sign. Kind regards. Then once you're done with this, you're done with your note, you can click on send. You say yes, and it's going to send the notification in 15 seconds. So once the 15 seconds run out, Walter will receive both an SMS, Alan, and an email notification stating that he needs to sign the document. You can also track when the document has been signed. It will be in your Doxit inbox where it says Walter signed document and signing is still outstanding. So once he signed it, it will say signed document, and then it will appear as a green check mark next to his name. So that is how you request signatures via Doxit.